they poured it into my glass. I'm like, well, I took a sip of it. I had to go, God, it's not what I imagined.
Oh, well, but here we are. We are recovering from our digital decade. The balloons are still up, Dave.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we should have whipped them down, shouldn't we?
No, but it's nice. It's nice to have balloons in your life.
It's now a digital hangover almost, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think I've had balloons in my life for 10 years.
Yeah. So there's two. In fact, we didn't actually talk about the balloons in the digital decade episode.
No.
It will look great on the socials, though,
So
for the
good,
video.
So good on socials. It's too big.
It's not too big.
No. It's too big.
You two have got lots of balloons in your life because
Yeah.
you've got between you 5 kids.
I'm saying it's-
I need more balloons in my life. Maybe that's how I can heal. Just run around with loads of balloons and jump up and down them like a big giant, popping them. And going, I feel sad. And then pop all the balloons, then feel a bit better. Is that how?
Do you know what
is that
you should get?
What?
Bubble wrap.
Oh, mate, the amount
Loads
of bubble wrap.
of bubble wrap.
I've been getting rid of bubble wrap.
It's bad for the enviro, isn't
But,
it?
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
could
yeah,
fall
yeah,
on it and it would pop. And
It
then-
could, and I would.
I think when you eventually, fingers crossed, move to a bigger house, you could have like a bubble wrap soft room, like a soft play zone.
Like a padded cell. Is that what you're trying to say? I could institutionalize myself.
Yeah. Yes.
Like a padded cell, but a fun one. It's a step up from the baby clamp, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder if people have soft playrooms, big rich people in big houses.
Almost
That would
certainly.
be a boon for the sort of 3 to 6 year old.
But it would really date, wouldn't it? Because once your kids are past the soft play zone, they're like, I'm not doing that again.
Well, the guy in Big, famously, just decked out his house with pinball machines and bunk
Yeah.
beds because it was a 9-year-old living in a 27-year-old man's
Yeah,
body.
like I knew a guy, and his dad was a great carpenter, and his father made him a Thomas the Tank Engine bed. But by the time he was 14, he was like mortally embarrassed by this Thomas the Tank Engine bed.
Yeah. So here we are, all looking for salvation in our different ways. Elis, what's been happening with you recently?
Well, are you someone who people play pranks on?
No, because they would be met with a deathly stare
Yeah.
and just me turning around and walking out of the room.
Yeah, I've never played a prank on you.
No, God, no.
And I can't think of anyone else who's thought, oh, John would love this. It's just my friend Baz, my dear friend Baz. He took me to a top restaurant a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because he knows the guy who owns the top restaurant, so he could get us a table, and it was pretty high end. It was a very nice evening, right? But he was there before me, so I met him at 7 p.m. By which point he told all of the waiters and waitresses and members of staff that because I was from West Wales, I'd never tasted wine before.
Now that is a funny prank.
It is a funny prank. But there was a...
Because it doesn't involve any danger.
Yes, exactly, which is why it works.
You're not when you find out the prank, you're not going to scream, soil yourself, or stub your toe.
No. So when I turned up, I felt that people were looking at me, and I assumed it was because they knew about the digital decade. But it wasn't that at all. It was because when I sat at Baz's table, at our table, all the members of staff were like, here he comes, the Welsh guy who's never tasted wine before. So then when I had my first sip of wine, people gathered round to see what I would make of it.
Oh, nice. What wine was it?
It was just white wine.
What white wine?
I can't remember. Because, so it was an expensive bottle of wine because it's a nice restaurant, but Baz knows the guy who runs it, so we had a nice deal. But they poured it into my glass. I'm like, well, I took a sip of it. I had to go, God, it's not what I imagined.